What up YouTube, Doomnyc here with a ban list prediction video. This is for the March 1st, 2012 ban list. So let's get started. First off, I just want to say that this is an early prediction video. You know, obviously I still need to do some more research on what's winning, but I have a pretty good idea of what's winning in the OCG right now. So yeah, let's get started. Okay, first off, we've got the stuff that's going to be banned, and you guys already saw this card, Dandelion. You know, plants are just way too good. I mean, they're winning in the OCG also, so definitely the plant engine has got to go. So I don't really think anybody's going to disagree with Dandelion getting banned. Next up, we've got Mind Control. This card just keeps getting better and better with the more exceeds that we get. So again, this is like one of those cards that just really have to go now. Taking your opponent's stuff is not cool. So yeah, I see this getting the X, this format. Monster Reborn. It's about time. It's been a couple formats since we've had this back, so I don't disagree with it going, because we'll probably see it in like 2 or 3 formats again anyway, so it's not so bad, you guys. You'll see it again. But Monster Reborn is pretty, it's too good right now, and it should definitely go back to being banned. Now that's the banned stuff. Now we're gonna go into the stuff that's gonna go to 1. First off, we're gonna start off with this guy, Rescue Rabbit. I think it's pretty safe to say that, yeah, this guy needs to, he's winning a lot in the OCG right now, rabbit decks. The only way to slow that down is to put him at 1, so I think that that's going to happen. It'll slow down the TCG as well, so they're pretty much killing 2 birds with 1 stone there. So Rescue Rabbit to 1. Next card to 1 is Leviair, the Sea Dragon. Exceeds aren't broken yet. I mean, there are some really good ones like the Evil SARs, but again, if Rescue Rabbit goes to 1, Leviair goes to 1, we're going to see a downplay of those a little bit. So I really see that this is going to go to 1, because, you know, Leviair and Rescue Rabbit are just broken together. So definitely we're going to see that get downgraded. Thunder King Ryu. Now, obviously, people are going to say, well, Thunder King gets more play in the TCG, which is true, but if you've been looking at tournament winning decks in the OCG, they have now been playing Thunder King in their deck, and they've been playing at least 2, so it is getting play there. And again, this is going with what Konami wants for the game. They want special summons to go off, and at the same time they want to continue to make money by getting rid of our anti-meta cards. You know, they did it with Royal Oppression, which they did at the perfect time, just as XYZs were coming out, and now they see that Thunder King is a little thorn in their side for them to make money. So I see this going to 1. There's just no ands, ifs, or buts about that. Dark World's got to get a hit, because if everything gets a hit except for them, then they're going to be overpowered. So Grapha is going to go to 1, just to balance out the format a little bit. Dark Worlds are still going to be very good, very playable, but I definitely think this is going to go to 1, especially to, if you DD Crow the 1 Grapha that's in the grave, then they pretty much have to really play and not rely on this destruction effect over and over. So that's, you know, going to be balancing the format out. Of course, we can't leave agents out of this. Tech Genesis agents are really playing well in the OCG. I can't really see them hitting the Tech Genesis engine, at least not right now, because the engine is good, but it's not broken. So I say leave that alone. I say it's time to hit the agents, you know, finally. So Earth, gotta go to 1. This is their Stratos, and it's right now, it's just too good. Same thing with this guy, Master Hyperion. He has definitely got to go to 1. He's a little overpowered in my opinion. He's too easy to bring out on the field, so I definitely see that this guy going to 1. With those 2 going to 1, it's going to balance out the OCG a lot more. So yeah, sorry guys, I would love to see Black Whirlwind, because that'd probably be the most balanced card for Blackwings to you know, go back. But I mean, I'm telling you, if you look at the tournaments, how they're playing, Blackwings are still winning tournaments over there, with Whirlwind at 1, Collude at 1, Gale at 1, so I don't see any changes to that deck whatsoever. Blackwings are just going to stay. Konami wants to make money, so they're just going to keep that deck until it fades out of existence. Once that happens, then, you know, they may upgrade Blackwings a little bit. Next up, we've got Black Sleeves. Black Sleeves are broken, and they should definitely be banned by Konami. No, I'm just kidding. This is for one of the new cards, the Inzectors. This is for Inzector Hornet. Now, if you guys don't know what Inzector Hornet does, he is the one that when you equip him, you can discard him while he's equipped, and basically you get to blow up one card on the field. It's pretty much the best one, and that's the reason why, you know, basically you run 3 Inzectors if you're playing Inzectors like in another type of deck, not an Inzector deck. And Hornet is by far the best one because you can just keep summoning, equipping him, blowing up something. Like, it's a free +1 every single time. So Inzector Hornet should definitely go to 1. Now we go into another Black Sleeve because it's another card that I don't have. It's Wind Up Rat. If you guys have seen the loop with Wind Up Rat and Zen Mighty and Hunter, it's pretty broken. You can pretty much start off the game by having your opponent discard all 5 cards if you go first, and then basically that's it. They're now playing top. They're now in top deck mode, and it's not a pretty sight. So I definitely see that the OCG will limit Wind Up Rat. Hunter and Zen Mighty won't get hit because those aren't the broken counterparts to it. It's really Wind Up Rat. So Wind Up Rat has got to go to 1 in order to balance that out because it's way too good right now. Next up, coming back to 1, Magician of Faith. I really don't see any reason to keep this banned because now you've gotten rid of Monster Reborn. So with Dark Hole and Heavy Storm being balanced cards, in my opinion, Magician of Faith is just pretty good. And it also will work with the Chaos Engine because it's a light monster, so it'll definitely get play. It's a flip effect, so people might actually start siding in Nobleman again. So I definitely think this should come back to 1. Spells, MST. To be quite honest, guys, my favorite memories of playing Yu-Gi-Oh was when I could play MST at 1, Heavy at 1, True Nade at 1. I mean, that was pretty much like what I really liked about the game. It was a balanced back row destruction, but still allowed you to set back rows and play the game. So my thing is, we definitely need to keep Heavy Storm. That's a given because I hated the set 1, set 5 format. That was just like the worst thing ever. But MST at 3, even though people aren't using it at 3, even at 2 with Heavy Storm is just a little bit overbearing in my opinion. MST to 1 would just balance it out so perfect. People would not run like 3 trap decks or 4 trap decks. They would balance it out like how it should be. So MST to 1. Premature Burial. Okay, I think Konami is like going through the process of determining what type of card do we need to use for Monster Revival, and they tried Monster Reborn for a couple formats. I mean, it's a staple in every deck, but it's a little overpowered being that you can take your opponent's monsters. They put Call It a Haunted to 2, and surprisingly enough, no one's playing that card because it has to stay on the field. Well, this one's a little bit better than Call of the Haunted, but obviously not as good as Monster Reborn. It's right in the middle. Without Giant True Nade, this card isn't as broken as people think it is. I mean, unless you're playing Zephyros or you're running like Mist Valley stuff. You know, other than that, this card is just going to be a one-time use, and then that's it. And it's only your stuff you can bring back. So I definitely think, and then plus you have to pay life points. You know, with Call It a Haunted and Monster Reborn, you don't have to pay life points. So late game, technically, this can be a dead card if you have 800 or less. So I definitely think that this should come back to 1. I think it would create a lot of different decks, a lot of variants. So that would be pretty good for the game. And the last card I think going to 1 is Solemn Warning. This card is obviously very good. It got its reprint, so everyone has it, and it's just overpowered. It's too good, and too many decks are using it. I mean, practically every deck that runs traps run Solemn Warning. So we'll bring it down to 1. You get 1 warning, 1 judgment. That's, that's pretty good balance in my opinion. So that's the stuff that's going to 1. Now let's talk about the stuff that's going to 2. We got another black sleeve. This is for Inzektor Damsel. Inzektor Damsel is like their Stratos. Basically, you summon him and you can search like an Inzektor from your deck. He's really good, especially for getting like the Hornets and stuff. So again, that's a major part of their combos, and that's why I think that guy should be put to 2. So Hornet to 1, Damsel to 2. I think that's just the only way, because that's the reason, guys, that Konami pushed Order of Chaos into January instead of the release it originally had, which was closer to the end of February. Like, they pushed it up almost a month because they know if people get wind around February 16th, the time that Japan gets their ban list, that the Inzektors are going to get hit, that would impact the sales of Order of Chaos, and they don't want that. So they pushed it ahead to January so that you would go out, buy all these packs, these boxes, cases, or whatever, spend all this money getting these Inzektor stuff because they're really good, play them for like 2 or 3 weeks, and then bam, they get hit. So that's definitely going to happen. There's no reason why Konami would have pushed Order of Chaos up so far. For spells to 2, Pot of Duality, it's about time, got its reprint, and everybody has it now. It's inexpensive to get, and it's just a really good card in the meta right now. I mean, any deck that doesn't have draw power, they can just splash Pot of Duality in it, and it becomes a way more consistent. And to be honest with you, Pot of Duality at 2 is not that bad. So you guys think about that for a second. Infernity Launcher. It's very rare that I would see a tournament in the OCG where Infernities win. It's very rare, especially now. So definitely see Launcher. If they want more variety, Launcher should come back to 2. More people would play Infernities. I still don't think Infernities would be a top tier deck if Launcher went to 2, but again, it's just for more balance. Emergency Teleport. Finally, I've been saying this like for the past 2 or 3 ban lists. This finally makes the most sense because they have just released a new archetype that has psychic monsters in it. Now, we're talking about the Gustos. Now, I'm pretty sure Hidden Arsenal 5 sales were pretty bad, and Konami's all about that money right now. So if they want to boost sales, especially for future Hidden Arsenals with more Gusto support, then they're going to need to bring this back to 2 so that the Gustos can have more combos that they can work off of. And it just makes sense financially for Konami to bring this back to 2. So I definitely see that this could come back to 2, especially with Mind Master Band. There's no reason to keep this at 1. Okay, so that's the stuff that's going to 2. Now, I've only got 2 cards that are actually going to come off the ban list completely. The first one being Summoner Monk. Honestly, I mean, in the Rescue Cat era, this card was obviously, they deserve to be at 1 because Rescue Cat was just broken. But nowadays there aren't anything. I mean, you can't get Rescue Rabbit with this guy. Can't be special summon from the deck. So Summoner Monk going to 3, it's not a big deal. I mean, you could put 3 Summoner Monks on the field on 1 turn and get a nice rank 4 Exceed. But again, who's going to have the resources? You're not going to have 3 spells to ditch in order to do that, or 2 spells, I should say. So, and nobody really wants to minus that much unless they're going to win the game. So again, putting this to 3 is not going to hurt the game at all. And finally, Destiny Draw. It makes sense to me. Nobody's playing D Heroes, period. The engine is still dead. The only way I see people even remotely putting D Heroes back in the deck is if D Draw goes to 3 and Malicious goes to 3, and then now we're talking about something that can happen. But until that happens, and that won't happen for a while because Malicious, being at 2 is decent because you can remove 1, bring 1 on the field, and then you can return, get the other one, and then go rank 6 Exceed. But there aren't any good ones right now. But as far as the engine concerned, bring D-Draw back to 3. It doesn't matter either way if it's at 2 or 3, but I think it should be at 3 because no one's playing it. So that is my ban list prediction for March 2012. Guys, leave your comments down below. Let me know if I missed anything. I probably will make an update to this closer to the ban list, but for now, this is what I'm going on. So let me know what you guys think. Don't forget to click that subscribe button, and until next time, YouTube, peace.